Breaking at 11, parole denied. Erik Menendez will stay in prison after a parole board denies his plea for freedom. But could his brother Lyle Menendez achieve freedom at his parole hearing happening tomorrow? It's a case that's riveted the nation for decades. And tonight we're learning more about the board's reasons for Erik Menendez's parole denial and how the Menendez family is responding. Eyewitness News reporter Michelle Fisher joining us now following all the new developments in this story. Michelle.
Mark, it has been a 36-year-long saga, and now these parole hearings are adding to that. Erik Menendez today in his closing statement to the parole board apologizing to his family, saying that if he ever gets the chance at freedom, he wants healing for them. That chance now delayed at least several more years. A parole recommendation denied for Erik Menendez, seen here appearing virtually, answering questions for California Parole Board Thursday, and extensive hearings stretching on for 10 hours.
It seemed like everything up until now had gone in their favor, but really, when you consider the crimes, not all that surprising.
Coincidentally, Erik's parole hearing came just one day after the 36th anniversary of his parents' murders in 1989. A crime he and his brother had been serving life sentences for without the possibility of parole until they were resentenced in May. The parole board today finding that Erik continues to pose an unreasonable risk to public safety, handing down a 3-year denial based on Erik's pre-murder burglaries, the shotgunning of his mother, and his cell phone use violations behind bars.
The only thing that he can actually have an effect on over the next 3 years before he has a hearing is whether or not he has any more violations while he's in custody, because the circumstances of the crime itself, the murders, are not going to change.
Menendez family members calling for the brothers' release tonight, saying they respect the parole board's decision, but in a statement expressed their disappointment. Our belief in Erik remains unwavering. His remorse, growth, and the impact he's had on others speak for themselves. We will continue to stand by him and continue to hope that he is able to return home someday soon.
Although this is disappointing, 2 years ago, this was not even a possibility.
Anna Maria Baralt, a cousin and advocate for Erik and Lyle, on Instagram describing their support as cautiously optimistic.
We knew this was a steep climb, right? So we knew it. California is very, very rigorous in their standards. Not many people get out on parole on their first try. So it wasn't entirely a surprise.
District Attorney Nathan Hochman, meantime, commending the decision, calling it justice for Jose and Kitty Menendez, in a statement saying, the board's decision reflects a careful, evidence-based assessment of the facts and parole factors. While this parole hearing has been denied, he will have subsequent parole hearings, and our office will continue to attend and make the case on behalf of justice and public safety. Erik's brother, Lyle Menendez, set to face a different parole panel Friday for his shot at freedom.
I imagine that Lyle and his team are discouraged to see them give such an effort for this and still come up short. So it's probably a good indicator as how things may turn out.
And as we wait to see the outcome of Lyle's parole hearing tomorrow, here's what could happen next for Erik. He can ask the parole board to review the case for errors of fact to see if any corrections might lead to a different outcome. Another avenue is Governor Newsom, who has the power to grant clemency, to pardon or release the brothers. But experts say that's unlikely given the parole board's decision today. Mark?
Michelle Fisher, thank you.